Can I just start by asking you what the latest is regarding team news ahead of the game with
Recording
Brentford?
in progress.
Well, we're still waiting on a couple coming back from internationals. So Leo and Jakob still on the way back. So we'll see how they are tomorrow. But everybody else has come back okay. I mean, Shane's had a tough 3 matches in 6 days, but has come through really well. And in terms of injuries, Tariq's made good progress. The game will come too soon for him, but he's making really good progress. So we're hopeful in the next couple of weeks he could be involved. Dan Burn's still away, but everybody else pretty much is available for selection.
What's the latest with Aaron Connolly? Because I know that he wasn't able to play in the last Republic of Ireland game.
Yeah, he had a slight problem with his glute, but it was only a slight one. I think the game for the Republic came around a little bit too soon, but he's he's recovered quite well. Trained lightly today, so we're hopeful. Obviously, depends on how he reacts tomorrow. We're hopeful that he can be involved in the squad for the weekend.
And Solly March, he missed the last game, didn't he, with a hamstring problem? How's he getting on, Graham?
No, he's available in the squad. Whether he's ready to start is another thing, but we'll see how he goes again tomorrow. Just because, just how he's recovered well, but he's recovered well. He'll be in the squad, and then we'll make the decision about the amount of time he can play at the weekend.
What kind of impression has Marc Cucurella made in his early training sessions, Graham? He's arrived at the club in the transfer window, highly rated in La Liga. What sort of an impression has he already made on you, and is he ready to play at the weekend?
He's made a positive impression on me and everybody else. You can see his qualities as a footballer, as a guy. He's settled in with the group really well, and he'll be in the squad and he's ready to play. He's not missed that much time in terms of had a big period away with the Olympics, and he's had a good 2 weeks training since he's been here. So he's involved.
What's your assessment of the transfer window, Graham, for Brighton? Are you stronger than when it started?
Well, yeah, we think so. I mean, the proof will be in the pudding, so to speak, in terms of the games. But as we stand now, I'm happy with the group. Excited about the group. I think sometimes you've got to let the group develop and give it time to grow. I think we're at that stage now. I don't think there's we're not at the maximum of what we've been doing. I think there's a lot of exciting young players that can continue to get better and better. So that's where the work is over the next few months. But we're excited about what we've done. And
can I ask you about Tariq? You said before the international break that he was going to step up his training with the group, and I think you've indicated that you're hoping to get him involved for the Swansea game in the EFL Cup.
Well, again, because of the injuries he's had, I'm reluctant to go too far into timescales. But exactly what I said, he has stepped it up. He has done more and more team training, played some internal 11v11s in the international break, came through that well. He's probably got a little bit more to do, but we're going to look towards that time for Swansea. But again, we'll take it day by day with him, and providing he responds well. But we're just excited and happy that he's where he is now, and we're looking forward to seeing him out on the pitch.
And finally, from me, Graham, just on the issue at the moment regarding the World Cup, FIFA seem to be quite keen on having a World Cup every 2 years. Are you happy with 4 years, or are you a fan of a World Cup every 2 years?
I haven't given it too much thought. My instinct would say I quite like every 4 years. I don't see a reason to change that, but that's just me as a football fan with not too much thought. But every 4 years seems to be working quite well. It's something everybody looks forward to. So yeah, that'd be my opinion at the moment.
Just going back to the transfer window, if the aim is this season to try and crack the top half of the table, Do you feel you've got the players to do that now? And is this set of players the best you've had at your disposal in the time at the club?
Well, I think the goal of the club in terms of long term is to try to be a top 10 Premier League team, but we know that that's very, very challenging. What we have to do is keep improving, keep trying to grow as a team, as a club. I think we've done that over the time we've been here, and as a result of that, I'm confident, and I've got a lot of belief in the group we've got, the players we have. I'm reluctant to sort of say how good the team is, because you have to do it on the pitch. It doesn't matter what we say now. You know, there's always talk after us after transfer windows. How successful was the transfer window? How you don't know until you start playing games. All I know is the group's in a good place, good competition, good options, young players. They want to get better. They want to improve. Desperate to play for Brighton. So we're in a good place, but we've got a tough game at the weekend, and we have to just focus on that. That's where our job is. That's where our work is now.
Brentford, what do you make of the start they've made so far in the Premier League?
Well, they've made a really good start. I mean, unbeaten, winning at home, drawing 2 away, the manner that they've played. Obviously, I know Thomas, and from my time at Swansea playing against his Brentford sides, I've always found them very, very tough to play. They've changed a little bit in terms of their formation and how they play, but same things in terms of great organisation. They've done a fantastic job. Really hard to play against. I think they're hard to score against. The back five, they do that well. They've got some clear attacking ideas. So, they've made a good start.
I suppose if we are talking about improving the team and trying to move towards the top half of the table, do you identify this kind of fixture against the likes of Brentford as a must-win, really? You've got to be getting maximum points out of it?
No, we don't see it like that. I don't see any game as a in that terms, because every game in the Premier League is so difficult and so complicated. Brentford coming up, they've got a mentality, they've got a belief in what they're doing. There's going to be a passionate home crowd there. They've got some players that they deserve to be here. They earned the right to play in the Premier League. And we as a club, we as a team have no right to look at any opposition to think that this is a must-win for us. You know, every game is an opportunity to win. But every game is an opportunity to lose as well. If you don't play well, if you don't get the rub of the green, that's why the competition is so good. I say it all the time. You can't on the one hand say the Premier League is the best league in the world and then say there's some easy games in there. There's none. So we know the game's going to be tough, but we'll give it our go.
Yeah, Graham, I just wondered whether you'd had a chance to catch up on Jakub Moder's performance last night. He's making quite a lot of headlines for his efforts against England last night. Yeah,
we're pleased for him. We know his qualities. He's again one of the young players I mentioned, that he's growing all the time. He's had a busy summer with the Euros, and then he's come back in and he's had a busy period away with his national team, but we're delighted for him that he's influenced the game. It's a great action for the goal, clearly, but he's got that ability. We're excited for him.
And what about Robert Sanchez? Got his debut for Spain. How pleased were you for him, and what can that do for his confidence going forward?
Well, he's a confident guy. He's not short of confidence, that's for sure, Robert. But I think it's just nice for him because he's taken another step. It's important to be on the pitch for your national team. I mean, some rise that he's been on. If you think about where he's this time last year, where he's at. So it's full credit to him, to Ben, to Casper, to all the goalkeepers that work every day to give him the opportunity and the platform to show what he can do. We believe in him a lot. Huge potential, and now we have to keep him focused on the next match, on the next action, and if we can do that and he can enjoy his football, the sky's the limit for him.
A lot of people talk about yo-yo clubs with the Premier League dropping down to the Championship. Brentford, their first time in the Premier League. How pleased are you to see them up there and a new club? It brings a freshness to the Premier League, doesn't it?
It does, yeah, absolutely. And they've done it well from the Championship. Like I said, I've got a lot of respect for Thomas and how he organises his team, how the team plays. So. They've as I said earlier, they're here on merit. They deserve it. They've earned the right to be here, and they'll compete. That's for sure. They'll attack the game. They won't be shy. They'll try and be themselves. They'll be the version of themselves they can be, and that's what makes it an exciting match. So we have to be really good. That's where we're at. We have to be really good in the game, and we go there full of respect for our opponent.
You mentioned their strength defensively. What about their attacking players, Ivan Toney and Mbeumo? What challenge do they pose?
Well, I think there's a variety of attacking options they have. They can build up their attacks well. They can play through the pitch, play through the thirds well, but they can also go, quite direct as well with Toney because of his aerial ability. Good from set plays. Canos in the wide areas. Is really dangerous. Midfield players that understand the game well, and then defenders that can build up and can contribute to the attacking phase. So again, this is the Premier League. Everybody is competent. It's as simple as that. Everyone's competent. Everybody knows what they're doing. It's good players, well organised. So, but we are as well, and we've got some qualities ourselves, and it's important that we bring that to the game. We're looking forward to it. We're disappointed after Everton because we didn't quite hit our level. And as I said before, if you don't hit your level in the Premier League, then it's hard to get stuff. That's the reality. But we're looking forward to the game. We're excited for it, and we'll be positive, and we'll try and do our best.
Hi, can I just check? Jurgen Locadia, is he back involved in the squad now in your thinking going forward and over the next few months?
Yes, he is. He's back in with us. Everything's cleared in terms of his registration, and he's been training with us the last few weeks. So it's just about getting him a bit more up to speed, but he's getting there. So he's got his qualities. He's got his what he brings. So he's competing for a place.
Is this period one of the most difficult for you as a Premier League manager? You have a few games, international break, few games, international break.
Well, I think the Premier League is what it is, and it's challenging throughout the season for different reasons. But I think, it's particularly challenging with the breaks. But then you just have to use the breaks as well as you can. We've been quite good with ours in terms of I think we've worked well, we've trained well. The boys are in a good place now. Touch wood, everybody comes back from international duty okay. But now the window's closed. You can sort of get down, head down. Everybody knows where they are. You can do some work. It feels a bit more stable now. So in some ways that's good.
From a manager's point of view, what would be the solution to regulating the international calendar? There's all been, you mentioned before about the World Cup and every 2 years, and I know Arsene Wenger has been very forthright on what he thinks needs to be done. Is this row ever going to be settled, really, club against country?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think you can look at it necessarily club versus country. I don't think that's the most helpful way of solving anything. I think it's just the demands of the players are so great at the moment that it's something we have to be careful of. But that's just the modern day football as we are at the moment. I can't see, if you need to play the matches, how else you can do it. But there'll be people more experienced and more knowledgeable than me about that will offer a better opinion. All I can do at the moment is try the best to adapt, to look after the players as much as we can, help them when they come back, make the right decisions in terms of playing time. But I'll leave that up to Mr. Wenger, will know more about it than me.